Here is something nobody in real estate will say out loud. The women closing the most business are most of the time the most miserable women in the room. Not because they're failing, because they're winning the wrong game. And if you found this video, if the algorithm put this in front of you today, it's because some part of you already knows that. I know this because I have coached agents and leaders in over 500 businesses in over 37 markets in the United States and in a couple of other countries in real estate. Real estate agents making 300, 400, $1 million a year. And this is the sentence I hear every single time. I don't know who I'm doing this for anymore. You are exhausted in a way that you cannot explain to anyone who is not walking in your shoes. Not tired, exhausted. The kind of exhaustion where you hit your production goal last month and you felt absolutely nothing. Where you looked at your calendar this morning and could not tell me one thing that was on it that was for you. Where your kids have stopped asking if you're coming because they already know the answer ahead of time. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why that's happening. Not because you need to work harder, not because you're broken, but because you have been given a strategy that's designed for someone else's life, and you have executed it perfectly. Your Sunday night chest tightness has a name. Here is what happened to you. At some point, probably in your first or second year in real estate, you got really good at something, producing. And producing in your brokerage and the industry got rewarded. It got you the award at the convention in front of all of the people clapping for you. It got you respect at the real estate brokerage that you're a part of. It got you the income that changed your family's life forever. And so your nervous system learned that producing equals safe, not producing equals danger. That association is not a motivation problem. It is a wiring problem. And here is why it's destroying you right now in the middle of this year. You have hit a production level where this level of production does not actually have a positive impact on your family's life. Your kids are not better fed. Your marriage is not better. Your mornings are actually not more peaceful. The number went up and the life did not. And still, every Sunday night, your chest tightens because you don't know how to stop, because stopping has never felt safe. I call this the volume trap, and it is the most expensive thing in real estate that no one is charging you for. So what is actually driving it? I want to show you something in the next 2 minutes that will make the last 5 years make complete sense. The psychology behind this is what researchers call the hedonic treadmill. It is the reason every goal you hit feels good for about 72 hours, and then it resets to a baseline. But in real estate, it is way worse than the average hedonic treadmill, because in real estate, the culture tells you that reset is the goal. They call it hunger. They call it drive. They call it staying competitive. What they're actually describing is a nervous system that cannot regulate without production as the input. Here is the test. Think about the last Saturday that you had the full Saturday with absolutely nothing on your calendar. What did you feel? If the honest answer is anxious, if you checked your pipeline before 9 a.m., you are not running your business. Your business is running you. I had a client who's a luxury producer, consistently top 1% in her market, 2 children under 7 years old. She told me last October that she had not eaten a full meal sitting down in 4 months. Not because she was too busy, because sitting down felt like permission. She hadn't earned it yet. That is not a business problem. That is a belief problem. And no CRM, no team hire, no new tool of the year, no lead gen system, no secret to success is going to fix a belief problem. So what is actually the fix? I want to show you the framework, and it starts with a word that the real estate industry has gotten completely wrong. That word is balance. So here is what I teach instead, and I work with all of my coaching clients on it. And I want to be very specific because vague advice is what got you here to begin with. Stop trying to balance your life. Balance is a math problem. Your life is not a math problem. Balance says I give 4 hours to business and then 4 hours to family. Integration says my business is designed around the life I'm willing to compromise. Here is the specific difference in your week. A balanced producer looks at her calendar after the business takes what it needs and tries to find leftovers for her family. An integrator legacy CEO builds her non-negotiables into her calendar first. The Tuesday dinner, the Thursday school pickup, the Sunday morning that is all hers and the time that she has focused to praise God. And then she builds her production and business calendar inside those walls. Now, here is where I want to get real with you. Right now, if a listing appointment opened up on Tuesday at 6 p.m., would you take it? Most of you watching this right now said yes. I already know that. I've had lots of these conversations over the years. And you would miss dinner. Again, legacy CEOs do not do that. Not because they care less about production, because they've built their business where they've learned over time what's most important and prioritize that now. They have decided that their life and being in alignment with their values is the strategy to have a great business. Their presence is the brand and their energy is the asset. Your desperation is costing you listings. You could have gone on that Tuesday listing appointment and not got the listing at all. You don't even know that you're losing right now. Your presence is your close rate. Now, here's where this gets practical. And I know if you waited this long, you're really ready for that part. I know someone watching this video has between 4 and 8 listings active right now and a pipeline review coming up tomorrow morning. So let me show you what this looks like inside of a real week. Every Sunday for 15 minutes before your week gets started, your legacy CEO thinking time looks like this. You open your calendar and you ask one question. What does this week need to change to give back to my life, not just my business? You put in another non-negotiable that is yours, one dinner, one morning habit, one thing that you are not canceling. Then you build your production around it. That is the whole session. Values, calendar, and a check and balance, and then you build into your week. This is not a productivity hack and it's not time blocking. This is a decision that you are a person with a life and that you are worth being taken care of and that the people you love are worth you pausing and having time with them. You don't get these moments back. You are not just a human producing with a calendar. The agents that I have watched do this consecutively for 90 straight days do not close less business. They actually close more. They close differently. They stop chasing and they start attracting. They start working with people that they love working with far more often, which also happens to increase their profit because they are operating from fullness and not fear. And the clients on the other end of that energy, they can feel the difference. The framework I walk every single client through includes 4 P's: purpose, partnerships, people, and profit. In that order, by the way. And the order is the lesson. Purpose first, not your mission statement, not your big why people have been throwing around, your true purpose that you're choosing. What does your life need to look like on a random Wednesday in October? Not your best year yet, a random Wednesday for you to go to bed and feel like you are winning in all the areas that matter most. Most top producers have never slowed down to answer that question. They have answered how much. They have not answered truly what for. Partnerships are second. Who is building something real beside you, both in your business and at home? Not a vendor, not a transaction partner, someone who is doing the hard thing that you're doing with you. You have locked arms together. Someone that's going to tell you the truth on a Tuesday when everything looks absolutely fine, but it feels wrong. People third. Your family is not the recipient of your leftover energy. They are the reason that your business exists. If the business is taking more from your friends and family than it is funding, you have a strategy problem. The people are not the problem. The strategy is. Profit last, not least, because profit built on the back of purpose, partnerships, and people becomes wealth. It becomes whole life wealth for everyone involved. Profit chase first becomes a job you can never leave. Here's the one thing I want to leave you with. And it is the one thing I almost never hear in real estate spaces. So I'm going to say it directly. You do not need to earn your life back. You were not created to earn a trophy for who can suffer the longest. There is something in you. And I believe it's the same thing that built the business that you have from nothing. Something that already knows there's a different way to operate. A way that produces from rest instead of fear, from design instead of default, from fullness instead of depletion. You built the fire. It's time to make sure it's warming the right room, not just illuminating how hard you can work. If this is something that you have not been able to name out loud, comment the word fire below. I will read every comment and message you back. And if you are a top producing mom in real estate who is ready to build something that's going to give you your life back, Don't wait. Message me today. The link in my description takes you to a conversation with me, not a webinar, not a funnel, to a one on one conversation. And I would be excited to have a real conversation with you about what's next for you. Today is Sunday. Don't forget that. Please go ahead and subscribe to Reflect Like a CEO so that I can see you on the next video. I can't wait to see you here next time. Let's build your legacy.